You know, we're living through this national reckoning on race and policing, and it's been a long time coming, a point we've explored in several ways with several different guests on this very show. How many of you have been sending us your thoughts on all this, which I'm going to share with you in a moment, including your feelings about a recent report that we just did on some of the many black leaders and artists who've been urging Americans to listen to all this, from Sam Cooke to Billie Holiday to Grandmaster Flash to KRS-One. And we looked at how their accurate storytelling about racism and police brutality was often ignored and met with retaliation by the police and by the political system at the highest levels. So right now, before I share some of your new responses on this, here's a little excerpt showing how, for example, the artist KRS-One explained the fear of police. To KRS-One, highlighting real footage of police beating protesters in an iconic song, arguing that while many white Americans may see police as protectors, a source of safety, many black Americans live in a reality where police are the source of danger. That's why KRS-One told us people fear the very sound of the police.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
That iconic 1993 song says that the modern police system replaced plantation overseers, arguing the overseer had the right to get ill and the right to kill. The officer has the right to arrest, and if you fight back, they put a hole in your chest. That was 25 years ago. KRS-One stressing the racist historical framework for modern justice, a once perhaps radical view that's now central to the political focus today on structural racism.
A line has been crossed, not just of taste, but of human dignity and decency.
The kind of hatred that you do not honor today.
From songs about killing policemen and rejecting law.
If you took the words white and black and you reversed them, you might think David Duke was giving that speech.
You might think David Duke was giving that speech. As we pointed out in that report, that was President Bill Clinton, joined by other prominent Democrats and Republicans at the time, saying that Sister Souljah, an African-American woman, sounded to him like, quote, David Duke. We showed the retaliation there from the top of the political system to the actual police harassment and brutality against those very artists and other black leaders and activists. So that's the report we did. Now, compared to a typical news day, I could just tell you many, many more of you wrote us about this or posted online about the piece. So thank you for your thoughts. I want to share just a few of them right now. One parent wrote in about how listening to all those artists and rappers was revealing, saying, tonight was a personal eye-opener. Thank you so much. I owe my son an apology for not listening and seeking to understand. Well, thank you for sharing that. I think we can all learn from anyone who's willing to be open and change their mind and tell us about it. Now, that was a parent. Shout out to all the parents who do watch The Beat. We also heard from other generations. I wanted to share this one. A younger viewer writing in, quote, me and my parents watched, and it brought my mom to tears. She said, now I get it. I wasn't listening to these rappers back then, but I hear them now. Wow. Some people also writing in to share what they volunteered as their own personal lived experience. One viewer volunteering that as a 67-year-old black female and lifetime resident of Detroit, the piece about Sam Cooke and Billie Holiday she wrote was, quote, emotionally stunning. So thank you to everyone for listening, for thinking and sharing, whether that's across all the lines that we have in our society of age and race and anything else. And I will tell you, if you're watching right now and saying, okay, Ari, this is a lot of stuff about what people thought about an older report. Well, obviously, if you're interested, you can go watch the full report now. You can see it here on my Twitter page. It's called How Black Artists Defied U.S. Racism, Got It Right, and Paid the Price. So you can go at twitter.com at Ari Melber, and you'll get that link. I also want to tell you, if you're not into Twitter, you can just go right to Google News. Go Google News on your basic any browser or Google and go type Strange Fruit MSNBC. That's Strange Fruit MSNBC. And that's another way that the entire report will come right up because we discuss Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit, Sam Cooke, and so much more. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.